What's good, guys? It's Keegan from Victory Star, and today I'm here profiling you guys my testing variant of Donphan for the City Championships. I took a list that was very, very similar to this, minus a couple of cards.
Which we'll show in a second.
We'll show in a second, and I did pretty solid. I went 3-3, seems about right, or 3, my bad. I went 3-2-1, and I didn't make cut. So I was kind of sad, and I was just like, oh. And so, but anywho though, here's the list that I particularly used for my Donphan and my testing variant that I usually test with for my decks. So I play 4 Phanpy. Obviously, you gotta run at least 4 of him. If you play 3 split, you're kind of, I'm not gonna say you're bad at this game. I'm gonna say you're
You're ballsy.
Player.
You're a ballsy.
Yeah, you're a ballsy player, and you rely on Halucha. So
I mean Halucha isn't bad. I mean, he's not that good because.
Right. But obviously, he's the key core to your deck. But you're not gonna really be attacking with him unless you really have to tackle second turn because you can't get a Donphan out of the Then we play 4 Donphan. I don't know why, but for some reason people have been playing 3 of this, and I'm just saying you're just wanting to make an easy $10 off of this guy if you're playing 3 of them in your list, because I feel that 4 is very necessary for the list. If you're playing a 4-3, it's a little odd, but I can see where you're coming from, but I just think 4-4 is much consistent than a 4-3 line, in my opinion. So that's your Donphan line. Now we're going to go ahead and get on into the walls of the list, or the attackers / walls, whatever you want to call it. I play 1 Halucha. This is a new guy I added in the list. He is pretty solid. I can see why the Halucha hype is real. Huh? Oh, okay. I can see why the Halucha hype is very real, because it is a very good card. Flying Press is just phenomenal. I mean, it does kind of suck because you can only attack EXs with it, but then again, about 90% of the game is EXs, so that's okay. Yeah. Play 1 Wobbuffet for the Virgin matchup, because let's be honest, it's kind of funny when you could just sit with a Wobbuffet, you're like, you can't red signal me oddly active. And you can also poison them, I guess, if you're a unique person that wants to play into Toxic Laser.
It's also hilarious. I saw this guy on TCGO. He hit a fucking Pyro for 50, and then he had a Psychic Energy and Psychic Assaulted for 60 after a Pyro. I was like, what the hell?
Okay.
Well, that was stupid.
I play 1 Zekrom and 1 Kyurem for the Dragons. I mean, let's be honest. I think after Primal Clash, Virgin is going to go down a little bit. I wouldn't say immensely, but just somewhat. At least by 10% of the popularity it's being played now. So I think the Eviltal hype and I think the Donphan hype will still be somewhat real, so that's why I'm playing 1 of each dragon to counter those metas, as well as potentially fighting if it blooms it gets bigger again, which I personally think it will, but that's just me. And then I play 2 Sigilif, because I really like the Sigilif wall, because, again, 90% of the game is EXs. So the fact that you can just send up this thing, making your opponent in the Virgin matchup have to use G-Booster to kill it, or just having the red signal around it with Lysander and stuff, I mean, it's just, otherwise, they can't attack you, you just have an extra turn to set up. It's pretty solid, in my opinion. Anywho, though, that's my wall line, but I do technically play a few more lines, Prostitute, but that's besides the point. On to our trainer line, we play 1 Dowsy as my ace-spec of choice. I personally like I like recovery over consistency. That's always been my motto in the game for this. So I personally like Dowsy Machine over Computer Search. I have not tested necessarily with Computer Search this variant, but I feel like the Dowsy Machine still would win. So that's why I'm not testing with it. But I may, because I do play a supporter in here that you guys will see in a minute, that may lead me to play Computer Search. I play 1 E-Hammer. It slows down the game immensely when you're playing a special energy reliant deck, such as Plasma, even though it's not seeing much play. Arguably Virgin, fighting variants, the Mirror, just a few things that you could use to slow down the game just by playing 1 item. Having them to set back an energy drought, or energy turn in the game is pretty valuable. I played 1 Escape Rope. Originally in the list, I was playing 1 Switch, like, way before the cities, and I had a friend come up to me and tell me, he was like, dude, if you're just playing 1 Switch, you might as well play an Escape Rope, because you could screw with your opponent, as well as get your stuff out of the active that you need to. And I tested with it, and it helped me in a game. It actually saved me round 1 during my city championships. So shout out to Austin on Team Victory Star for being able to to lead me to the direction of Escape Rope, and now I'm actually a really big fan of it.
Yeah.
I play one letter because energy droughts are kind of a thing, and if you don't play Seismitoad, you won't be screwed on energy drought. I play 2 Ultra Ball because Karina's a thing, so I don't really have to necessarily rely on searching my deck for Pokemon, but it could be potentially an option that I have if I need to get out a Dragon or a Hawlucha or a Sigilyph or even Wob for the matchup, a Virgin or something like that. It's pretty solid. I played 2 Versus Seeker. Yes, I do like the superior victories, or supreme victories art over the Phantom Force art. That's just my opinion. I think Fire Red Leaf Green's king though. But anywho, I play Versus Seeker because you can get Karina for it, so that way you have a supporter guarantee next turn, rather being the Karina you just played or some other supporter you have in your discard pile. Like Austin said in a previous video that he did, I personally think it's the best trainer card of the game without Laser, but compared to, it probably is the third. It probably would go Ace Specs, then it would go the Flare Tools, and it would probably be Versus Seeker as the third. That's just my personal opinion, but I think it's a very, very strong card of this game, and it's definitely a game changer. I played 2 Floatstone. My list is weird.
Play 3.
I know. A lot of people tell me to play 3, and they're like, you're stupid for not playing 3. I personally can't find room in the list for it. That doesn't make it, like, consistent.
Take out your dowsing machine.
Obviously, the cameraman's a bad player at this game. Anywho,
yeah.
but I played 2 Floatstone because if you play it right and you drop it down in the crucial moments that you really need it, and when you don't have much tools on your field, it doesn't hurt you. Plus, you have Dowsy Machine for recovery, which is another reason why I mainly play Dowsy Machine over Computer Search, because I can always get back a Floatstone if they Megaphone in the way, and I can just go, oh, Dowsy Machine for the Floatstone, potentially even for game. That's just my personal opinion. Whereas Computer Search, you may have already played both your Floatstones, and you're kind of screwed a little, but that's how the game works sometimes. 3 Muscle Band. Wanted to play 4. Wanted to also try to fit in the Bangle. Like I said, the list is too tight in my opinion for it, but it's a great damage consistent card. I mean, like, if you're, because I'm playing it safe, because I think there's also going to be a lot of Donphan, like I said earlier, so that's the reason why I'm playing Muscle Band. A lot of people say I should play 2 Muscle Band and 1 Bangle, but I'm not going to personally, just because I think that I'd rather do 20 against everything than 30 in certain matchups and 20 in certain matchups. That's just me, because I'm an all-around safe kind of guy to play the game. And I play 3 Robo Substitute, or as I started to make the team call it, Robo Prostitute, because literally you just use the damn thing for a turn, and then you just discard it and throw it to the side like it's a cheap whore in the street. But,
Damn.
I mean, it's a very good card in the set that just came out, Phantom Forces, obviously, and then it's just a great wall you could send up in the list. It's literally meant to be played in some sort of Donphan or Gengar variant, in my opinion. I'm testing it. I played 4 at the City Championships. I dropped it down to 3 because I figured Hawlucha would be good sometimes just to have against the EX matchups. But definitely, if you want to play 4 or try to find room for 4, if you're going off of my list for a skeleton, then if you can try to find 4, because I played 4 and it helps immensely, and it kind of hurt that I had to drop 1, but then again, room is kind of a thing, and I needed it over something else. So that's the trainer line of the deck. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way for your guys' faces so you can see my supporter line, because that's the thing. So, anywho, the supporter line, I play a unique supporter line in my personal opinion. And people are probably going to judge me for this. I play 1 Lysander and 1 Trump card. I was testing for the longest time with Ash.
Fucking Jared was running Trump card at the League Challenge earlier.
Yeah, and that's how I got second, actually. But
he actually said he loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God.
He actually got me to like Trump card in my variant, because I actually prefer it over Ash, kind of. But then again, sometimes I prefer Ash, because I could just play it, shuffle 5 Pokemon, and I can also like Lysander or something as well.
Get back 5 Pokemon? How about I get back 50 cards?
Yeah, no, exactly. Yes. And I play 1 Lysander because honestly, I know it's very, very weird to say, but I am not as big of a fan of Lysander in the damn list as a lot of other people are. I just find one to be okay, and that's why we play Versa Seeker and Dowsing Machine. And if you're facing Seismitoad, you might as well scoop because you already have weakness on him anyway, probably. So, it's just my theory of relativity for the game.
They need to have a grass-type outrage attacker.
That's true.
Swear.
Two chorus. True. I was considering playing only one chorus and dropping it for a second Lysander. I figured that draw would be kind of key sometimes, but this isn't the current list as of right now. I didn't modify it for the video. So, but anywho, I'm just not 100% sure yet if I want to drop a chorus for a Lysander, but that would be the thing that would drop a supporter for is another fucking supporter. So that's just... I mean, that's just the way I see it, at least. Okay, play 3 Karina, because honestly, Donphan relies on Karina a lot more than you think. I didn't think that Karina was as valued, and I
Karinaed 4 times in a row and steamrolled my opponent. Didn't play any other supporter, just Karinaed.
Yeah. I mean, it's so good, in my opinion.
Especially get out some prostitutes.
Oh
my God.
I doubted it so badly because I played 3 for the city championships, but originally in my testing variant I played 2 because I was like, oh, I'm not going to need Karina as much. It's just going to be a setup supporter for early game. No, this thing helps early, middle, and late game. It's really valuable, and I really like it in Donphan. After extreme amounts of testing,
should probably bump it up to a 4 line.
Yeah, I mean, I've even considered trying to find a 4th one in here, but I can't because obviously, in my opinion, I think space is too tight.
1 chorus.
Well, yeah, I mean, but I'd rather put that for a second Lysander. Yeah. Because if I prize the 1 Lysander, I'm just like, well, 4N.
Standard.
Just the standard. Sorry, your OCD's flaring. But I do like N a lot in this deck. I've even considered dropping it to 3, but I've just always played 4 of it because, number 1, I have the Ns to do so, and number 2, I don't build much decks, number 3, because N's just a very good supporter. In my opinion, it's the second best supporter of the game. In my opinion, Lysander is the best supporter of the game, but that's just my opinion at least on it. I know a lot of people are going to argue that Juniper and Chorus and Sycamore and N would be better, but I personally think Lysander is really good because it wins games. And I play 4 Juniper because I hate Sycamore and I have reverse arts of these. And otherwise I'd play like 3-3 split of Sycamore and Juniper, but for some reason TCPI was just like, nope, you can't play both of them in the same deck. Okay, then last but not least, the energy line. We play 5 fighting. Yes, I do play 1 EX Emerald. I'm trying to pick up more of these. I'm going to start trading for them, but I may consider doing TCBMs. So, if you guys do have them by any chance, let me know in the comments below, and I will try to pick them off of you. Because I really like the EX Emerald energies a lot. Actually, my favorite personal Hollow energy. I play 5 basic. I used to play 4. I played 4, I believe, at the cities. And I always just found myself needing the extra energy. And it's cool to not let her for half your energies, potentially. So, that's why I kind of like 5, in my opinion. But I like going for even numbers, but I have to do some odd numbers sometimes. 4 straw energy. Obviously, you play this. It's pretty much a standard in Donphan. I could see you playing 3 because Enhanced Hammer hype is so real. And dropping it for like another fighting maybe, but I just like the 4 because I don't care about Enhanced Hammer because I'm already somewhat Enhanced Hammer weak anyway because I'm playing at least 6 special energy, the other 3 is double colorless energy. I just play 4 strong energy because it's basically a fighting energy as well as a muscle band, just it could only get potentially discarded by Enhanced Hammer or Zerosic or something like that. I just like it because it's an enhancement modifier for the deck, and it's standard and very powerful. And I like the 3 DCE. I used to play 4. I dropped a DCE actually for a basic energy because the Enhanced Hammer hype was so surreal. It wasn't even funny. And then I also forgot to include this, but I play 3 Fighting Stadium, obviously, because that's what Donphan kind of really relies on. But, yeah, just 3 double colorless because it's good. You can attach it to Wreck. You can pay for it sometimes to retrieve the dragon, which kind of blows, or Wobbuffet even. Which then you just cringe a little in your pants, but that's why we play at least 3 special energy. I consider it as just an attachment to retreat, which arguably I've even considered dropping a DCE for a Floatstone and playing only 2 DCE, but then I realized the Wreck's a crucial thing, so I kind of want to play 3.
And Outrage.
Yeah, that too. And I played Fighting Stadium because obviously it's the best fighting support stadium in the game. And it's very good for the deck because you're just already.
It's the best fighting stadium. Ah, yes.
Way to go, Pokemon! You are so fucking.
You're creative as hell.
You're creative as shit. But I mean, yeah, just Fighting Stadium is super strong in the deck. I mean, with strong energy, Fighting Stadium Muscle Band, I'm doing 100 to any EX that wants to come in my face. If it's a Manectric, I'm doing 200 to it. And I mean, the Manectric hype is so real, it's not even funny. So, especially for the next set, I think Manectric's going to gain popularity even more. But I mean, yeah, that's why I play 3, because you're going to be wrecking it a lot. And yeah, there you guys go. That's my Donphan list. If you guys enjoyed it, please give it a like, favorite rating. Be sure to subscribe to Team Victory Star if you haven't already. And I am Keegan from Team Victory Star, and I will see you guys next time.